you guys waiting for me? I'm sorry. You know, rushing around, did this at the last minute. Saw that Uncle Bill was on over on Dead Pit, so I wanted to give him a little time to finish his show. I decided to work out. Started going a little bit longer than expected, but I said, you know what? To make this the feeling that I want to make this and talk about mall horror, I decided to give myself a little Orange Julius action to get into the swing of things. So let me know who is in the house. It's a little bit late on a Sunday night, but we're going to talk about something that I brought up the other day, and it seemed like everybody wanted me to do this, and it's talk about mall horror. It's like a new subgenre that we created here on the channel. We talk about some horror movies that take place in the mall. So again, let me see who is in the house now. I'm going to enjoy this bad boy again. Oh, so good. Now, you're going to say Orange Julius. Why are you drinking that? Guys, this is a special Orange Julius. This is a healthy protein Orange Julius that I've created. And if you follow me over my fitness page at GPS Coaching on Instagram, you'll see the recipe in there. And I love it. And I drink it all the time. But I figured, what a cool thing to have tonight when we talk a little bit about vintage malls, horror, nostalgia. It just goes. Before we even get into the ones I want to talk about today, let me see who's in the house. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of comments asking where the heck I am. So while I'm doing that, feel free to hit that like. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I love doing these live streams late at night when all the censors and everybody else is asleep. John Doe Juggalo, what is up, man? Good evening. Good evening to you, my fellow YouTuber. Go check out John Doe Juggalo over on the Tubeski. What's up, man? Like always, stay rad, says Vanderhoff. Adrian James, what is going on? Welcome to the show. Gorataiga, what's up, man? How are you? I hope all is well. Blu-ray Addict, what is going on? I am going to do the mall show. I wouldn't have done it if it wasn't for you guys. If you guys didn't seem like you were all in on the mall show, I probably wouldn't have. But I think it's cool. I think it's something different. It's not a topic that many people talk about. But again, I did a little bit of research. There's not many. And I'm going to explain as we go kind of where I made my picks and whatnot. But it's just going to give us a cool reason to talk about specific movies. And, you know, if you're not really new or familiar with a lot of horror, then maybe there's going to be something in here you guys don't know. So Cody, Dude Loves Movies, my rad dude brother. Roundhouse, hit the like button and go sub over to Dude. What's up, Ace? Tom Ace. What's up, Rad Nation? Demon Seaman. Look at this guy. Wow. Sick. Joe Reese. What's going on, man? My man Eli. What's up? Hollow Notes. What's going on? What? Wait, am I way behind? I think I am. Did you read my mind, pal? Because I think I'm way behind on the chat right now. You knew this before I even jumped in here. Yeah, see? Look. It's like a little bit, it's a little bit of, what's that movie, man, that we love? Oh my God. Take Me Home Tonight. I actually was kind of. I was working out before I jumped in because I was letting Uncle Bill kind of finish his thing up, and I was working out. Oh my God, what's going on? Oh my God, hold on. Zombie Daddy, what's going on? Let me see. You guys... Yeah, make sure, if you guys aren't looking over at the Radpack channel, Justin just posted his Rad 9 tonight. So that's up. You guys check that out tomorrow or tonight or whatever. But his Rad 9 challenge is up, and hopefully some of you guys participate in that as well. Oh my God, that is so funny. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yes, sir. I was being a good friend. I am here. Well, it's funny because Mel picked someone from a TV show, but when we talked about it, we just said movies, so therefore I didn't pick anybody from a TV show. Maybe Justin did because he was kind of late to doing his, so after he saw us talking about it, maybe he did too. I don't know. I haven't looked at his list yet. So I don't know. I mean, you guys can kind of do whatever if that's going to make or break the situation. I mean, it would have definitely changed my list, that's for sure. Yeah, kind of the same thing what Cody said too. Almost midnight. It's midnight now. Midnight now. All right, let me see. Let me go down. Let me go down to when I get here. Killa Pizza, what's up? Magic Hands, what's going on? Thank you. You're right. What's up? Master of all Presswood DVD collector. Oh, you like the shirt, bro? Look at this. Now available on cassette. And look, it's got the little Pizza Hut. It's got the little Pizza Hut logo down there. Represent one of my favorite movies of all time. Bog Zombie, what's up? Guys, we have over 60 people in here right now. Please hit that like button before I get this thing started. Retro, what's going on? This should not be longer than an hour. There's not many to talk about here, to be honest. Look at that. See? I'm smart. Oh, my God. Oh, dude, for real. What's up, Card Redemption? Thanks, man. Pure Hangout. Go check out that dude over there. Pure Hangout. Thanks for popping in, buddy. Oh, dude, look at this. It's so bomb. So bomb. It's a little bit. It's a little bit blend. It's losing its blend right now a little bit. I love Dead Rising. I'm not a big gamer, but I always had systems, and I used to play like specific games. Dead Rising was something I played a lot. For I think, what did I have it for? Xbox, maybe 360. What's up, Twisted? What's up, Steve? Steve. No. What is this? Creepshow Steelbook. I have no idea. I don't think I've seen a Steelbook for Creepshow. Yes. Hintanis, what's up? You did? All right. Make sure you tag me, tag the Rad Pack, and I'll check it out tomorrow. What's up, Dave? Well, no, but and the only reason I say no is because by the time WrestleMania comes, I won't have any kind of like big milestone. So the reason I did the Rad Rumble is just because I hit 5K subs and the Royal Rumble was around the corner, so I figured I would just mash it all together. But I'm going to tell you this, I am not going to, but I mean, Dead Pit's got to be pretty close to 10,000 subs right now. So if you go over to the Dead Pit radio channel and sub to them, if they hit 10,000 before WrestleMania, I will make them do some kind of Mania super show or something. So, but we are going to be doing some wrestling stuff, like some WrestleMania recap for the shows on WrestleMania weekend. We might do a retro WrestleMania, but we are planning on doing some wrestling shows around the WrestleMania time. But as far as like a big super show, no. But I mean, if we can get Dead Pit to 10,000 subs before WrestleMania, I'll be sure to have something big for them. I'll be pushing for them to do something really big, like a big Pitomania show or something like that, which would be sweet. All right, Sarah, it is. I will do my best to remember that. What up, 305? What, hardcore? Is that what we're saying? I love it. All right. Now you got me singing that beginning of the Pizza Hut commercial from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles back in the day. Which one? Right field is important, you know. You got to learn how to catch. You got to learn how to throw. That one? Love that song. Cass. What's up? Big Cass. It's Big Cass. Face Off. Hell yeah. I haven't got that yet, but it's definitely one that I'm probably going to grab at some point. I have it, I think, on just DVD, though. Maybe I have a Blu-ray. I don't know. I might. I did a lot of I'll post it tomorrow. I'll post a little teaser tomorrow. I really worked hard today on my library room because I'm trying to build a new studio, so I'm just organizing and trying to get things on shelves and whatnot. So I finally got all my DVD horror stuff back on the shelves where they belong. So I'll take a quick pick tomorrow. I've got the room's coming along pretty good, so it's pretty organized right now. I just need to get some stuff. Like I'm gonna need to get. I have some stuff coming in for the walls and stuff for the new setup. I need to get a table, but I can still do my room tour without the table. But it's coming along pretty good. I'm almost there. I got a couple more things to do, and I should be ready to film it. What up? What up? We got about 70 people in here, so we need way more than 28 likes. Way more than 28 likes. Yeah, see that? See that? He knows. 305 Hardcore. Can't Buy Me Love. I love that movie, and it needs a 4K. It's stuck on DVD. If you go back in my archives, look up into my playlist. I did a series called Rad Recommendations, where everything in that series is a movie that I absolutely love, that I recommend to all you guys. And when I did that series, I had another YouTuber on with me, and we discussed a specific movie that we both love. Now, that series is kind of going dormant a little bit, and I kind of changed it over to Rad Company. So instead of having a YouTuber on me to discuss a movie that we both love, Rad Company is basically like I bring another content creator on my show that I do a collab with, and we kind of promote their channel and whatnot, kind of find out their story. So Rad Recommendations kind of faded into Rad Company, but if Rad Recommendations is something you guys want back, which is basically just a collaboration and we talk about a specific movie, there's always a possibility for that. It was something I did. I think I might have done 13 or 14 episodes of it. It was something I started early in my YouTube career or game or whatever you want to say. But yeah, we talk about Can't Buy Me Love, and I think that was with Justin. For Movie Watch Daily before the Rad Pack even started, I think. So yeah, you can go check that out. I absolutely love that movie. Love it. Hit that like, dude. Yeah, I don't understand. There's to be honest, there's there's no reason that should be the case, right? There's no reason that should be the case. Elimination Chamber, I thought it was okay. There was some good matches in it. As far as the chamber matches themselves, they're all right. But a couple things I will say is it was cool to see Rhea Ripley headline a pay-per-view. I mean, that was freaking fantastic. I love Rhea Ripley. I think she's probably the best thing in wrestling today. Like anything in wrestling today, if I had to pick like the hottest commodity, it would be probably Rhea. I also think Tiffany Stratton really stood out, which was cool to see because I think she's got a pretty bright future in the company. The tag team match was really good with Balor and Priest, and then the other two guys, the Bate and Pete Dunne. I thought that was really good. The men's chamber match was meh. It was okay. I probably would have had a better finish. It set up a couple matches for Mania, which I'm not really 100% on. Like, it looks like it's going to be AJ versus LA Knight, which is kind of, to me, a throwaway match. Like, I think LA Knight should face Logan Paul, because LA Knight needs to get a strap. Like, he needs to probably get the IC strap and see how he handles it. But to have him fight AJ at Mania is just kind of, to me, I love AJ and I love LA Knight, but it's not, it just feels like it's not for anything. So it seems like Logan Paul might get Randy Orton, which I don't think Randy needs a title in this point in his career. So I would have rather seen AJ versus Randy and LA Knight versus Logan Paul. But we'll see what happens the next couple weeks. It is, yes. So I had that. I was going to bring that to the table as an honorable mention, but then I wasn't sure if people would consider it horror or not. And I guess it kind of is. So I swear I had that and I just put it away just like 2 seconds ago. I'm like, I can leave that one out. All right, gang. Well, let's start this move. This I see people in here. Hit that like button, man. So what we're gonna do today is, if you're new to this channel, Kyle's over on Twitch. I talk mostly movies. I talk nostalgia. I talk 80s and 90s pop culture. And today we're going to talk about some movies that involve malls. So horror movies that involve malls in them, because you know, I love vintage malls. I love horror movies. So let's talk about some movies that take place in malls. So I appreciate you checking me out over on Twitch. All right. So I'm going to give 2 honorable mentions right now, and then I'm going to get into my main list. So if you want to use fear as one, then we can use that as one. Because again, like I said, I was going to bring that to the table, but it was like a split-second scene of him in the mall. It really didn't do much in a mall at all. It just kind of was like one little scene. The next one is going to be Hide and Go Shriek, which is an 80s kind of slasher movie. Now, this thing is a Blu-ray from Code Red, which I think this might be the only Blu-ray this has. I don't know if this is still available, maybe on Kino, but I'm not sure. But the thing is with this one, it takes place in like a department store, in like a furniture store. So it's not really a mall. So that's why I didn't really want to put this on the list. It's a retail store, which is really cool, but it's really not a mall. So it's just one store, which I think is a really cool concept. I like that. But if I got into that genre or that vein of like just talking about anything that takes place in a store, I would be here all night. So I had to keep it limited to like actual malls, okay? And the second honorable mention is going to be the same token. It's going to be Elves. So Elves is another one that takes place in a department store. It's a real cool department store. They have Santa in there. There's a bunch of different stuff. Could you consider it a mall? I don't know. They don't really go into other stores. It seems like everything is just in this one central location. So I wanted to give this an honorable mention because I do love Elves, and you guys know that. And this definitely needs some kind of upgrade. Blu-ray 4K, I don't know, something. But I know there's a lot of problems getting that done. So I'm just hoping that someone can take it. So those are my big 2 honorable mentions. If you want to add fear in there, that is fine. But like I said, it's like one split-second scene. There's not even any kind of kills or anything in the mall or anything. It's just one quick scene. I'm going to take a quick sip of the protein Julius over here. All right. Let's see, Rob Zilla, what's up, my man? It's late for me, just came in. Yeah, man, check out the replay, dude. I appreciate it. So, and again, this is just horror. So if people are going to talk about action movies and all this stuff, I'm not doing any of that. There's only about 6 titles here, so it's not that big. And what I did was I kind of tried to rank them a little bit of like how important the mall was to the movie. So the first one I'm going to talk about is going to be 80 slasher. This is a really cool movie. The Initiation. So The Initiation, again, it doesn't really explain if this is a mall, but it looks like a mall. It's late at night. It's shut down. It's like kind of the last half of the movie. They're doing stuff in that mall type area. There's security. Everything's closed down. They're running around, and it's a cool movie. I think this. I don't know if this has a Blu-ray. I think Arrow did one in the UK. If anybody else knows if there's one, a US one, let me know, because I do want to upgrade this from this Anchor Bay DVD to Blu-ray. But that's The Initiation, 80s movie. Again, it's not complete mall status, but it's mall enough. And it's an 80s slasher. So again, there's segments that are in pretty much like a mall. Not the whole thing, but again, it's a cool movie that I think you guys would probably like if you haven't checked it out yet. Hold on, let me see what Vanderhoff says. The Initiation is awesome. Even has a glue. I have the Blu-ray. Okay, so the Blu-ray is an Arrow one. I need to get that because I don't have that. Jetstream, what's up? What do you like? Slashes? Nah, mall horror. Yeah, man. let's let's make it real, man. Right now, let's make it real. Yeah, so people seem to like Initiation. Yeah, I gotta get it, and it has a real cool. I've seen like the alternate artwork, like the commissioned art. It looks fantastic. I've got to hunt that down. I gotta hunt that down. What up, Noise Loop? Look at this. People loving the Malhara. So, guys, if you share this anywhere, just hashtag Malhara. Or I just put an Instagram post up of Chopping Mall. Share it in your stories and put hashtag Malhara. Let's get it going. Yeah, Initiation's getting a lot of love. That's cool. And I agree, Dynamite Tiger. Like, and that's the thing that sucks is like my mall here. There's a couple around me. All the ones that I grew up going to look like horror movies. It's freaking they're dormant. It's actually pretty damn sad. It's sad. All right. The next one. I wasn't sure about this one at first. I was like, is it a mall? Is it a store? But it seems like a mall because I've seen this movie 1,000 times. But then I was thinking, I was like, there's different departments. It could be a department store, but there's also like fountains, which to me makes me feel like it's part of a mall. Because one of the biggest things for me as a kid was a lot of the malls that were here always had like those big water fountains. And man, I love that. You know, you flip the little coin in there, make a wish, you know. So many memories going to malls, walking around malls as a little kid, eating at the malls, you know, the arcades, you know, you had toy stores. It was awesome. And the music stores, the movie stores, it was great. And that's Gremlins. So here's that 4K steelbook here, Gremlins. One of my all-time favorite movies. And, you know, at the end, they're chasing Stripe around. It was a toy store he was in. I know that. But again, I'm trying to think, like, you know, sometimes there was like, you know, the toy store could have been an entrance of a side entrance of a mall. I don't know. But it did feel very mall-esque because there was so many different departments in different areas that he was in. You had the section with the TV, the tools, the toys, sporting goods stuff. And like I said, what made me take this and bring it to the list was not only is it just a freaking classic of a movie, but the fountain to me at the end where he's trying to get to that water makes me feel like it's so vintage mall. It's so killer. And that's why I brought this to the list. And it was funny, TJ. I was going to bring Sorority Babes and Slimeball into the mix. I do have the DVD. But I didn't remember if it. I didn't think it was in a mall. I don't think did they show more mall than just the bowling alley, or was it filmed in a real mall? Was the bowling alley? I wasn't sure, so I actually didn't bring Bolorama to the table, but it was something I thought about for sure. But yeah, it seems like everybody's malls are dying, and it's really sad. And I wonder if it would ever be something that would come back. You know, because everything old is new again. The problem is it's such a big, if they die completely, to bring something like that back, I mean, that's a lot of, you know, they'd really need to know that they were making the right decision here. I think it's one of those things that maybe some of these malls should take a chance and say, you know what, let's fill these back up with some decent stores. Let's put arcades in them. Let's do this. I don't care if they make it retro or not, but I think it would do pretty well. And the only reason I say that is, yes, I get it. People like convenience. People like, you know, to order online and not have to go anywhere. But, you know, put music stores in, movie stores in there, like places that people like to go. You know, there's something special about going to a store and buying a toy, going to a store and buying a CD, CDs aren't really around anymore. Buying an album, a record, a vinyl, a magazine, a movie, right? And even sometimes clothes. Like, you know, I buy most of my clothes online, but it's so hard to judge. Sometimes things don't fit the same way that other companies fit, right? So, you know, you buy a large over here, an extra large over here. You're going to return it if it doesn't fit. It's a pain in the ass sometimes. But I also think in a world that we live in of like TikTok, Instagram, all this stuff, I think almost like they would get traffic, right? Have the food court there, traffic of these kids or people that want to go there for things like that. And I know to most people that might be like, well, that's annoying if people are going to be, filming around the mall. But that's what I feel like this is becoming, right? Like it'd be better to have cool places for people to hang out, even if they're filming or not, for content purposes. And I just think the aesthetic of the mall is just really cool. And it's sad to see it go. And I feel bad for the people that work there because I've been to my local mall and you see these people working there and I'm kind of like, are they just buying their time? Because it's sad, and I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, what do you guys think? To me, I feel like it's so far gone. Is there ever coming back? But a part of me feels like maybe they can do something different to bring it back. Obviously, things like a movie theater, obviously things like record stores, like maybe these stores of nostalgia, I guess, have different things that people can do, like have little setups places, maybe have like a payphone, even if it doesn't work, right? Like, because like I said, people might go and take pictures on a bench next to a payphone or whatever. Have those fountains, have cool little aesthetics to try to draw people in. It's kind of far-fetched, but hey, you never know. These malls like around me, they're all still there. It's just that there's a lot of the stores are just vacant. But what happens if the owner decides to take a chance and say, you know what, let's start filling these up with something to see what happens, kind of one last chance thing, because at this point with nothing there, then you're never going to see progress. I've heard that they're going to turn a lot of them into like living places. So who knows? Maybe they can kind of make it a combination of both. One end of it is more for like housing or living, and then the other end is shopping. Who knows? I think even though the Gremlins book was vague about whether, yeah, it could have been. I don't have the Gremlins. Maybe I do. No, I don't think I do. The Gremlins book. I have the kids' books from Burger King. I have all those. Yeah, man, it's kind of what I was saying for sure. What up, Derek? Thanks for stopping in, dude. Mall Madness. I would love to get Mall Madness. All right. Now, the next one I'm going to talk about is going to be 80s gem, Night of the Comet. Night of the Comet has scenes in the mall towards the end where they go on that little shopping spree. This is a real cool movie. If you guys don't know, it's kind of like End of the World type movie. They wake up, the comet had hit, everybody's gone except these two sisters and a couple other people. And they kind of find other people that, were involved in all the stuff that was happening. And they end up in this little mall, which is a real cool scene. They go on like a shopping spree and stuff. What you would expect from teenagers, two girls, and there was a guy as well, at a mall when it's vacant, right? So I think that it's such a great movie in general. It's got a real cool vibe. Kelly Maroney has just a great character in this, like like a teenage cheerleader, fashionista. I think it's a real cool movie. I'm sure most of you have seen it, but if not, I highly recommend checking it out. That's the 4K from Scream Factory. There's a Blu-ray out. But yeah, I think that's just a cool movie that has a lot of mall elements in it. You've got the mall itself. Like I said, the character, Kelly Maroney's character, really feels like a kid from the 80s that just loves the mall. So that one definitely had to be on my list. And people are chime in and comment my favorite Christmas horror sci-fi flick. Planet CHH, Christian in the house. What's up, my man? That's what it seems like. It seems like that, but I agree. You do have to give them a premium experience, but does that premium experience make the costs even more, right? It's already so expensive to go to a movies now. That's the biggest problem. Like, I mean, if you're going to go with a family, you're spending $100 almost, probably. Family of 4, you're probably spending $100 easy. So premium experience, yes. But if all of a sudden everybody's gonna go to like this high-end premium experience and it's gonna be more than it is now, I think that's gonna be a problem because I don't see a lot of people going there and spending more than $100. I mean, you're easily spending over $100 with a family of 4. It's almost $20 a ticket plus food. That's the hard thing now, I think, with movies. The costs are just so high. It's expensive to go. I love the experience of a theater, but honestly, I don't want to see it die. But I'm also not a big help either because I don't go a lot to the theater anymore. And it's not because I don't like it. It's just because I don't have a lot of interest in current movies that come out. If I do, I'll go see it. So I mean, really, I'm only probably hitting the theater about 5 times a year. So I'm not helping keeping them around, but at the same time, if they gave me better product, I would go. I don't mind spending the money, especially because a lot of times it's just like me or maybe me and someone else going. But it's tough. I just feel like we're not getting the quality anymore for me to go. And I'm talking about the movie itself, not the theater experience. But I do think that it's pretty cool that they're doing more of these like exclusive promo merch items. I think that's a big help, especially with the mindset of a collector. Unfortunately, a lot of these things like the AMCs, the Cinemarks, like we don't have those here. We have Showcase. So I don't see a lot of them doing something. They did like the Terrifier 3 Christmas poster, which I did grab, but like more or less, we don't get a lot of these promo items. I either have to get them on a website if they go on sale, or somebody that lives in the area will pick me up something and send it to me. But yeah, we don't have any of those cool theaters around here. Let me see. It's one thing to spend $40 on snacks. I hate that, but to get a collector's item, yeah, like that, I agree. Like that really is kind of what I think is helping. I mean, again, I think it is because it seems like these things are moving fast. But like I said, for someone like me, I don't have them around here. I agree. I think bad movies are killing a lot of things. I really do. That'd be great. Oh, dude, at where I live, it's $20. $20 a ticket. Unless you go to like on like a matinee or something. Like if I go on a Friday night, I think it's like 17, 20-ish. And that's what sucks, right? Everything, I live in the Northeast, so everything up here is really expensive. I'm trying to catch up. You guys are killing it. We have over 80. We have 85 people in here right now. Guys, I can't see how many likes are on there. Make sure you hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please sub. We're talking mall horror. Hashtag mall horror. And we're just talking about a couple movies that take place in malls. A couple horror movies that I really like that take place in malls. I've got a lot of people in the chat right now. You guys are going crazy. I love the interaction. I will try to get to as many people as I can. But as I get going with this thing, it's hard to keep up. And it's late. So a lot of people are saying they're going about 5 to 7 times to a theater. Gus, what's up? It's 100%, man. It really is. Like I'm not going to take a lot of chances like that. I'll take chances, but you know, it's hard. And again, it's not only that, it's time, right? Like, you know, sometimes I'll try to catch a movie and it's like it never is playing when I'm available. Like I'll be like, oh, I'll go after work tonight. I'll go after work. And then all of a sudden it's like the last showing is at like 7 o'clock and I don't get out till 8. You know, like back in the day, I was going to so many, and again, I don't think I could do this now, sorry, with my schedule, but like 11:30 midnight shows the night before. Like I can't tell you how many first screening midnight shows I watched throughout my life. Like in my 20s and late teens, all those horror movies, like all the old Star Wars movies, like the Phantom Menace and all those, like I was there the night before. Rob Zombie's Halloween, Jason X, Rob Zombie's House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects. Like I was there 11:30 the night before or something like that for that midnight showing. Like, my friends and I used to go all the time for stuff like that. They would have on for big movies, mostly horror and stuff like that, but they don't even do that anymore. They'll do it on a Thursday, but it'll show it at like 7 or maybe 8. And then a lot of times I just can't get there because I work late. I work till about 8:30 on Thursdays. So a lot of times I'll try to catch a movie on a Thursday night, and I just miss it. There's nothing available. We got a little super chat coming off my man Gus. What's he saying over there? Mohara. It's Malhara, M-A-L-L. But Mohara is good. Man, Gus, man, is so generous all the time. He has been a supporter since day one. And we'll hit Gusty with a little bit of a vid here.
Yeah! 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 Yeah!
Thank you, my man. All right. The next one I'm going to talk about, I actually don't have a physical media copy of, and that is going to be the new Fear Street 1994. That had a really cool mall aesthetic. It took place, a lot of it in a mall. The beginning was in a mall. The end was in a mall. Very cool to see. And again, I can even throw season 3 of Stranger Things in there, but I think Fear Street is a little bit more on the horror end of it. And I hope it gets a physical media someday because I did like the series. I hope they do more of them. I thought it was pretty cool. So that 1994 had a real cool mall aesthetic. It kind of helped me get into that movie. That first episode, I was like, oh, this is really cool. So it kind of hooked me in with that. So I wanted to kind of throw that in here now. But unfortunately, like I said, I don't have any physical media of it. But I thought it was just really, really cool. And if you guys haven't checked out Fear Street, it could still be on Netflix. It's Fear Street. The first one is 1994. And it's got a real cool mall aesthetic. I think at the beginning, they're working at maybe Spencer's, I believe. But it's a real cool aesthetic from like 90s mall aesthetic. I think it's just really, really cool. Dude has never seen either. I love both. You know, I think personally 94 was my favorite Fear Street episode. But I think, I'm trying to think, Stranger Things, I love the first season. The mall season was pretty good. I think that was season 3. And then I liked the last season. So I'm actually looking forward to this coming back because I think they had a really strong last season. And these kids are getting old. I think Millie Bobby Brown just turned 20. So they've got to hustle on this. And I think it is the last, I think it's the last season is coming. Oh, Mike, you guys are crazy. Here's a little more money for you to just in case you go to the mall later. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Thank you, dude. All right. Let's see what I can do for you, pal. Let's see what I can do for you.
They call me Mo because every time they give me something, I always want more.
All right. So after we talk about Fear Street, the next one I want to talk about is going to be one that takes place primarily in the mall. And that is Dawn of the Dead remake. What year was this? 2000 what? I can't even remember what year this would have been now. 2004. I was there midnight the night before for this bad boy. Dawn of the Dead. I can remember going to see it the night before at midnight. Of course, if you know Dawn of the Dead, you know the primary objective of Dawn of the Dead was they hide out in a mall to avoid the zombies, and the zombies get in. And so Dawn of the Dead, the remake, 2004, is making my list for one of the best mall horror movies. Again, it's like a 2000s mall, so you get that aesthetic of it. So it's pretty damn cool as well, especially because nowadays this is considered retro, right? Or 2000s mall is still considered old. It's 20 years ago this came out. I can't believe it. This was 20. Is it 20 years ago? Yeah, that's wild. How is this 20 years old? How? It makes no sense to me that this is 20 years old. That's pretty sad, actually. Holy mackerel. That is crazy. Fozzie knows. Fozzie knows. Did they really? What a cool, clever thing to do. Let me see. Oh, yeah, definitely Dead Rising vibes for sure. I agree 100% that it's probably Zack Snyder's best film. For sure. What up, White Paid? Paid? Oh, hold on. Hold on. Can you give advice for someone attending a horror convention for the first time? Yes, I can, actually. Strategize, game plan, look at the guest list, figure out who is a necessity for you, put it down there and say, here's my number 1 and number 2. More or less, those number 1 and number 2 are going to be big guests. If that's the case, what I would do is if you get there on a Friday, I would get them done right away. If they're there Friday night, get it done right away. I don't care if there's a line. You stand in that line Friday night and you get them done, because Saturday is the busiest day and you're going to be in line all day on Saturday and miss everything else. So Friday's a little bit dead. It's a little more low key. Get it done Friday. Then use Saturday to kind of hit the rest of the ones you want, maybe more of the lower tier guests that you're interested in. And then utilize Saturday to kind of walk around and check out the vendors and stuff. That's my biggest word of advice. And also, too, I would also say strategize on who you're getting and what you want to get signed. If you have your own item, have it ready to go. If you want a specific color marker or paint pen or whatever, bring it with you. Have that all ready to go. If the convention's not for a couple months and you have time to think about it, think about what you want to get signed and then order it on eBay or whatever. Bring it home. It could be a poster. Because, again, they're going to have items at their table more or less, but it's only going to be limited. So it could be something you don't want. But if you don't care and you just want an 8x10 or something like that, then, yeah, don't worry about it. They'll have those at the table. But I would say strategize. Don't walk in blind. Have a checklist of who you want. Make sure you have money. And get the big wigs out of the way first on like a Friday night. And then do all the lower tier people on Saturday and enjoy yourself. Walk around. Look at the vendors. Don't worry about vendors on Friday. I would say, if anything, get the autographs done on Friday. Enjoy the convention scene and the vendors on Saturday. So those are a couple things I would recommend. I would say those are the big ones, because if you don't do it that way and you get stuck all day, like waiting for one big guest on a Saturday, you're going to miss everything. It's going to, by the time you get there, you're going to have barely any time to get anybody else. And then you're going to be like, I didn't even get to look at the vendors. So that's what I would do for sure. Limit your cash could be one. Dude, you know what? Cody, I haven't talked to you, man. I'm not going to go to 90s Con, I don't think. I'm still undecided. I'm thinking it's either going to be 90s Con or Monster Mania. I have reasons I want to do both. I have pros and cons for each. To be honest, I might bail on both. And it sucks because I don't want to. But my issue at 90s Con is they want $95 to get in the door. That's buying a ticket buying a ticket online, plus the fees, plus the tax. It comes to like $95 for one day. That is, to me, absurd. I have never paid that much money to walk in to a convention in my life. I've paid less than that for a full weekend. So to me, to already be $95 in the hole before I even walk in, and then meeting people like Gina Davis, who I already know is going to be expensive, Alyssa Milano, who I already know is going to be expensive, then anybody else that I wanted to get on top of that, I'm like, I'm going to be $500 down easy before I even look at any of the vendor stuff. So I'm a little hesitant, but then I was like, well, I'll go to Monster Mania. I know people that are going to be there. There's a lot of cast I want to meet. It's going to be a lot of people that I know from like YouTube and people who watch the show who've reached out to me. Mel and Justin were supposed to come, but they can't. Plane tickets are just way too much money right now. I would definitely be there if they were there, but now I'm kind of on the fence because I'm like, well, now it's going to cost me less to get in to Monster Mania, but now I've got to get a hotel because I'm just way too far. I'm like 6-hour drive. So then it's like that 6 hours in the car, go, buy a ticket for the weekend. Now you got to get a hotel, you know, so I'm already spending more than I would have spent to get in for one day at 90s Con. So I really don't know what I'm going to do, man. I really don't know at this point, and time is kind of running out, but man, they just kill me with the pricing. Like it's almost to a point where it's become annoying. And then I'm like thinking, do I just save money and go back to Panic Fest to Justin's house? And I mean, I just hate taking flights, so that's like my only other issue. And flights are so expensive now. So I don't know, guys. It's gonna be a crazy couple months of me trying to figure that stuff out. Yeah, Dead Rising is a video game. It's basically you're in a mall and the zombies. Check it out. I know for a fact it's on like Xbox 360. I don't know what other systems it's on for. Things were very different, man. Oh, you're welcome, man. You're welcome. Dude, it's crazy. And I'm thinking to myself, is this what's to come? Because this is asinine. Especially because you don't really spend any money till you get in the door, right? Yeah, I would too. I really would. But like, again, it's just going to drain your bank accounts. And it's like, I have the money. I think it's at this point, it's just the point. Like, it's just the point. Because what's next? Like, seriously. Like, the guests are already expensive enough now. Now you're going to up the charge to get in? It sucks, man. It's tough. Yeah, that's a good one, man. Monster Mania is a good one. It's a fun convention. I've been many times. And Barbara Steele, that's awesome. You know, they have oh my god, they had Joe Dante, but he canceled. They've got Jane from the Evil Dead remake. I think it's her first convention. You going to Panic Fest? I'm thinking about it now, you know, because they're doing a Blair Witch reunion thing. They're doing like an Elm Street thing. So I may go, but again, it's just going to depend on the price of the flights. Oh man, did I forget about Trancers? Did I? I did. I forgot about it, but I don't remember the mall scene. I don't remember the mall scene. All right, the next one I want to talk about is a movie that, you know, I saw it years and years ago. I had the DVD. I was like, it's okay. It's pretty cool. I like the concept. The movie's all right. Like, it was one that I watched every, I don't know, 5 years maybe. Then Arrow Video put out this sick edition of this movie. And it takes place in a mall. And they did this movie so much love that it's actually one of my favorite Arrow Video releases of all time. And it's now become a movie that I watch at least once a year. Like, it's something that I absolutely love now. And it's super cheesy, but it's the 80s cheese that I like. And that is Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge. Now look at how great this limited Blu-ray set is from Arrow. It's unbelievable. This has a full-length documentary on the making of. It's got 3 cuts of the film in here. This thing looks freaking fantastic. The quality is like, compare this to the DVD. It's 4 times better looking. It's insane. It looks so good. I've never seen it look this way, and I really got a more appreciation for it when I saw the quality that this thing was in. The old DVD is like a VHS rip almost, but this is beautiful. Beautiful edition. If you guys don't have this is probably sold out because this went pretty quick. There was a Region 2 release, I think, that you could have grabbed, but if not, they probably have a standard release of this. This thing is so freaking good, and it takes place in a mall. So this could have easily been my number 1 because the whole movie's in a mall. But it's number 3. I mean, it's the last three pretty much are all on an even playing field, in my opinion, on the Maul situation. But man, Phantom of the Maul, Eric's Revenge, so underrated. I actually was on a show at Steelbook Obsessed the other day talking about this whole release here, and me praising the hell out of it because this was so good. The original poster art didn't do this movie any favors either. It looked like ass. But look at this artwork. And this is not even doing it justice. This is amazing. Amazing stuff. And I absolutely love that movie. And that might be one you guys haven't seen. And if it is, hunt it down. The Arrow version. Get the Arrow version. Don't get DVD or anything like that. Get that version. I don't know if all three cuts are on the standard release or not. But all in all, it's an amazing edition. It's got a really good documentary on it as well. Let me see. Yeah, Gizmo, everybody is expensive at 90s Con, and that was to be expected. I would have spent the money. Like, I would have spent all the money Gina Davis wanted because I have Jeff Goldblum on my fly poster, and I'm like, Gina Davis on my fly poster with Jeff Goldblum, that's amazing. I want that. And I do want that, and I would have paid the money for it. Alyssa Milano, she was like, I don't care what anybody says about Melissa Milano now, her vision, her views, whatever you want to say. I don't care about that stuff with people. It doesn't matter to me. If they're cool, to me, I'm cool. But she was like a crush of mine. For instance, she would have made my list if we were doing, well, I don't even know if I would say shows because I guess we could say shows. I mean, I could say Charmed. I only watched it when she was on it. Once she left, oh no, she didn't leave. Shannon Doherty left. But I didn't watch all of Charmed. I watched kind of like the first couple seasons. But I mean, it was funny because I was making my list and I wanted Alyssa Milano to be on the list because she was such a big thing for me growing up, especially my early teenage years. What was I going to say? My favorite character of hers was from Embrace the Vampire or Poison Ivy 2. Like, it made sense that way. But yeah, I wanted to meet her very badly. So I don't know. Maybe I'll fork over the money and go to 90s Con. I mean, again, if I go to Monster Mania, it's going to cost me way more. If I go to Panic Fest, it's going to cost me way more just due to the flight. But I do want to see what that flight's going to cost. And the problem is that Panic Fest is also the weekend of my birthday and WrestleMania. So that's going to be a real hard weekend to be away. And I also get asked to host an event here around my area with PVD Horror, a WrestleMania event. And I told them that I would let them know as soon as I figure out the Panic Fest situation. So I don't know. I really don't know what I'm going to do. But time's running out. That's the hard thing. I gotta really do my research here. True, she was very attractive as well. MG, what's my favorite Phantom of the Maul cut? I'm gonna say either theatrical or the fan cut, because the theatrical one I like because the beginning makes more sense. The fan cut's got this extra longer beginning that doesn't really flow with the movie, but I love when you get everything, right? Like, I love that it gives us every scene, all the TV scenes, all the scenes that are taken away. So I would say the fan cut is my favorite because it just gives us everything. So that's what I would probably say. Yes, I mean, all I would say, guys, if you're going to watch Phantom of the Maul before you buy it, just make sure it's in HD. Because like I said, the master that they did here versus what the DVD looked like, it changes the whole movie for me. It changes the whole movie, the way it looks. Oh, man. I do stay busy. It's wild, dude. It's wild. Yeah, it's stupid. That's what it is. So basically, like, a premium item could be anything from a large poster, like a 27 by 40, 27 by 41, maybe even 24 by 36. Premium item could be a prop. Premium item could be a Funko Pop. So basically anything outside of like an 8 by 10 or maybe even like an 11 by 17 mini poster. Anything above that or something different and unique, that's considered a premium item, which is really dumb. I think that whole new thing they're doing at conventions where like based on the item is like based on how much more they're going to charge, it's ridiculous to me. It's ridiculous, especially like now. It's even some people are doing like, oh, do you want me to personalize it? Well, that's an extra $20. Oh, you want me to write a quote? That's an extra $20. That's stupid to me. You know why? Because if you look at Corey Feldman, he does the opposite. If you don't want it personalized, it's an extra $20. So Corey Feldman's smart because he's doing that to avoid resale. So he's actually kind of, in my opinion, smarter than all these other people that are charging you more to put your name on it. Because he's looking at it from a business standpoint saying, well, if I put to Garrett, then I know it's going to him. He isn't going to sell that because how many Garretts out there that like horror out, it's very small, right? So he's smart. These other people are doing it just to be jerks and because they don't want to write something extra. That's why. I think he's actually smarter than everybody else because he understands the game where these people are just like, oh, you want me to write extra letters? I'm going to charge you more. I would honestly rather not have it personalized, to be quite honest with you. And not saying I'm going to resell it, but if it ever comes to a point in time where I do need to, maybe I fall into really hard times. Maybe it's time for my son to go to college and I need to find some money. Like having signed posters without my name slapped on them is probably going to be a better way to get money back for my investment than if it said my name, right? So it's weird, man. But the whole premium thing, especially because I could like take my poster, roll it out a little bit and say, hey, just sign right there and then roll it back up. It's doing them no harm if my poster's 27 by 40 or 8 by 10. I could see if you like had to roll the whole thing out and like, I don't see that. It's so dumb. Like it doesn't matter what you write it on. In my opinion, that should change the value of what it costs. Oh man, I don't know. I mean, there's been some people that have gotten autographs for free. Like there was some people I've met that didn't charge for autographs. Adam Green doesn't charge for autographs. I'm trying to think who else. I talked to Felissa Rose once. She signed for free for me. I've met her a bunch of times, so she had known that. And I was with somebody who is friendly with her. So, I didn't pay for her. So, I mean, free would be, it doesn't happen a lot, but that would be the cheapest. The most expensive, I don't know, man. I mean, Stan Lee, maybe, Hulk Hogan. I'm just trying to think of ones that were expensive. Pee Wee Herman. I don't remember who was the most expensive, but maybe Jamie Lee Curtis, maybe. I don't remember who would have been the most expensive. But those were top tiers for sure. Heck yeah. I agree. They should be a little more thankful. I agree, man. And that's what sucks because, I can at least say I'm a little more picky now because I do have quite a bit of an autograph collection and stuff. So I don't go there and go crazy. I usually have one or two that I really want to get, and that's it. But what I'm paying for those one or two would have been what I paid back in the day to get like 6, 7 of them, right? So I understand, man. I feel the same way. I kind of agree. They might as well. Oh wow, so it only comes with theatrical version, the standard. That's the second best in my opinion. I mean, you get everything you need. It's just you just miss a couple scenes from the TV cut. Pauly Shore's in it too, by the way. If anybody, it's Pauly Shore's, I think his first movie, I believe. You know what's funny? I saw Eight-Legged Freaks once, and I hated it, so I've never watched it again. Oh yeah, so that's why it's not that I can recommend it. I can't because I didn't like it, but I also haven't seen it since the DVD came out back in the day. So I have the DVD on like a snapper case, I think, but that's it. I've never upgraded or anything like that. All right, I got 2 more left. This one is going to be Chopping Mall. Chopping Mall, amazing, amazing movie. This could have been number 1, but it's just fantastic. I mean, it's I know a lot of people give this one some shit. And to be honest, a lot of people probably would give Phantom of the Ball some shit too. But I love the mall aesthetic. So I love these movies. It's an 80s movie, slasher-esque. It doesn't really match, in my opinion, what the cover art looks like. Because I remember they thought this was going to be a plain slasher based on the cover art. But it really has to do with like these robots. But it's cool. It's got a great cast. I mean, it's got a mall aesthetic. What more can you ask for? People were really thinking of like a slasher type movie. You're not necessarily getting that. But I've always been a big fan of Chopping Mall. Again, 80s mall, horror movie, put them together, I'm all in. So that's going to be my number 2, could easily have been number 1. And my last, but certainly not least, and the only reason this is number 1, it doesn't all take place in a mall, but I think it gave the whole idea of being in a mall the popularity that it got, and that's the original Dawn of the Dead. What can I say? I mean, this is one of my all-time favorite movies. I think that it's just a masterpiece of a movie. It's my favorite Dead movie. We did my Romero ranking. You saw, I think this was number 1. But yeah, Dawn of the Dead is the number 1 best movie that takes place in a mall, in my opinion. You get a great aesthetic of the mall. They utilize all the different stores. They kind of show you what it would be like if you were trapped in a mall and utilizing all the different stores to eat and to, have ammunition and all this other stuff. And really, really cool. And I would love someday to go to that mall. Isn't it closed now? I think I was supposed to go with Dead Pit a couple of years ago, but it kind of fell through. I think it might be closed down now. I don't know, but I was never able to go there, which would be awesome. So again, that was my big list. Talking about mall horror. Like I said, there could be more out there, but these are the ones that I feel like really just stand out to me. And if there's any in here you guys haven't seen, let me know in the comments. If there's any in here that I didn't talk about. Now remember, I don't want department store. I don't want non-horror. So if there's anything maybe that I missed that has the horror element to it, and it does take place in the mall quite a bit, or has, specifically longer lengths in a mall, let me know. Is there anything like Italian horror that maybe I missed that involves malls? I don't know. These are the ones that came to my head. Like I said, I had a couple honorable mentions as well. But yeah, guys, it was something a little bit different that I wanted to do. Bog Zombie chimed in right at the last second with a little super chat, says, hit me with a Haim. All right, I'll hit you with the Haim before we bounce out of here. Let me see what I got. Because I wanted to keep this about an hour, and we are an hour 3. Here we go, pal. Heck yeah, man. Thank you guys so much. Let me see. Do I still have any malls? I do, but they're disintegrating. Most of them have disintegrated pretty bad. None of them have officially closed. But they're dying, sadly. There's a couple that are like still pretty healthy, but they're not right near me. They're probably about an hour, 45 minutes away. What is this? Wasn't there a movie on Shudder about the killer jeans set in a mall? I don't know. You guys let me know. Let me know. I hope you liked this concept. Like I said, if you go on Instagram or you share this video, hashtag mall horror, tag me. If you go on Instagram and you see I have 2 mall horror pics. I have, if you look through my Instagram at Born2beRad, I just put up one for Chopping Mall. I just put up one the other day from Phantom of the Mall. So if you share any of those pictures, just tag me and hashtag mall horror. Let's get this little sub-genre going. And please let me know down below in the comments section if there's anything I left off. Also, too, let me know if you miss rad recommendations and you want me to kind of try to bring it back in the future. If you've never seen a rad recommendation episode, again, it was kind of earlier into my YouTube game, so sometimes I'll watch some of those old videos and be like, what was I thinking? Why was my camera so close? Or why were those lights so bad? Or whatever. Keep that in mind. But it's always a good conversation and talking about some movies that maybe you guys haven't checked out with some other YouTubers and stuff like that. So guys, thank you so much for checking this out. go to the Rad Pack, check out the Rad 9, and hopefully you guys, if you are content creators, post your Rad 9 videos and tag all of us, and we will reshare those things. So this is Garrett at Born2beRad, and like always, stay